Today we go back to the Skype line and we talk to Miss Ohio U.S. International, Elana Koh. That's today on the PageantCast.
Welcome to the PageantCast, your home for beauty pageant news and interviews on the internet.
Hi, I'm Rachel Janowski, Miss Teen Illinois Galaxy 2014, and you're watching the PageantCast, the internet's first podcast about beauty pageants. Here's your host, Tim Kretschmann.
You're watching the PageantCast. This is Tim Kretschmann from our studios in Muskego, Wisconsin. And we're really excited because on the other side of the Skype line, we have Elana Koh. She is Miss Ohio U.S. International 2014. Hello, Elana.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, fantastic. You are so bubbly. It's so wonderful to get to talk to you today.
I'm very excited to be on this show.
Now, where are we calling you? Where in the world are you on the other side of the Skype line?
So I'm in my hometown, Akron, Ohio. Just kind of taking a nice little evening.
Now, Ohio, I believe, has more large cities than any other state, over a certain size. Which is the best city for me to visit if I can only visit one?
I'm a fan of Columbus, just because it does have some cultural background to it. There's always something to do in Columbus. Plus, if you're a Buckeyes fan, let's go Bucks! Yeah.
I'm from Wisconsin. No. Sorry. I can't, but that's fantastic. That's great. And Columbus I've never been to. I have been to Akron. I've been to Sandusky many times. That doesn't count. Cleveland and Cincinnati. So I love the Beast is my favorite roller coaster in the country. So I actually have their original sign in my basement, the Q line sign.
Really
in the
cool.
basement. Yeah, it is. It was a great gift someone gave me. So, okay, let's talk a little bit about pageants. Ohio, is that really pageant country, or?
I would say parts of it are, parts are not.
Okay.
I mean, all girls love pageants. I always feel like that you can never have enough sparkle in your life. See?
Yeah, I see that. In fact, let's take a moment. Let's do a little show and tell, shall we? What is that behind you there?
So I have down here, this is kind of my anti-human trafficking things, which I believe we'll talk about later.
Yep.
This shelf right here is from Miss Ohio U.S. International. So I did place as a semi-finalist, so my award is up there along with my crown and sash. Just waiting to be worn for the weekend, so it kind of just hangs out there so it doesn't get too wrinkled. And then at the very top, which I don't know if you can see all that,
yep.
I have just a couple more different awards from pageants that I did. I've won Best Evening Wear a couple of times, so that's what's up on the top.
Well, I have to ask you about the piece of evening wear back there, because if I don't know my demographic very well if I don't. So what is that one that's hanging there?
So that one is the one I wore for nationals during prelim night. It's an all lace black dress, and for whatever reason, black is like my favorite color to wear. I just feel like it's nice, elegant, classy feel to it. So I'm always in black, and I just love the lace design. You can kind of see it has like a little bit of nude behind it. So I kind of liked how it just peeks through a little.
Fantastic. Well, that's great. And thank you for planning in advance for the video portion of the show. I'm so glad. That's fantastic. How did you get started in pageants anyway?
Well, I started in pageants when I was a teenager. My parents decided that I needed to pop out of my shell, which most people would never think I was a shy girl, but I definitely was.
Okay, we're gonna have to take that on faith. Okay, we'll just have to.
So my parents thought it would be a good idea for me to just meet new friends, to kind of get out of my shell and experience new things. So they supported me through my first pageant when I was 17. And since then, I've kind of just continued to compete. Throughout the years, the reasons have changed. Now I more compete to bring awareness to human trafficking. So.
Well, and you led me right into it. So tell me, how did you get interested in human trafficking as a platform or a passion that you're reviewing?
Well, I was watching a CNN special about prostitution. I mean, I was in college, had to do reports about it, so why not watch it? It was on TV. And the very last 10 minutes of the show was about human trafficking. And I said, wait, what? Like, I've heard of it. I kind of know what it is. I mean, we've all seen the movie Taken. Mm-hmm. So, we understand what it is. But I didn't realize that it happens here in the United States. And it happens a lot in Ohio. And to me, that was just very shocking. I tried to just, understand why people would do that. And it just stuck to me and kind of pulled at my soul, I guess. And ever since then, I've just been doing volunteer work. I recently got a job as a human trafficking educator in Akron, Ohio. So I don't know. I can't tell you why I continue to do it. It's like a tough subject to talk about, but it's just like something I feel I have to do.
I would think that most human trafficking, am I right in guessing that females are attacked far more often than males?
For sex trafficking, yes, definitely. And it concerns me because a lot of children are sex trafficked. And when I say children, I say under 18. Okay. I don't know about you, but when I was under 18, nothing like that ever, I didn't think that could happen. Yeah. And I try to focus more on children just because my passion has always been involved with children. I used to be part of Big Brothers Big Sisters. I was a mentor for children in high school, so that's kind of where I focus. But definitely women and children are big people in sex trafficking. Now,
are there high risk activities that people should avoid? Or what is it? Just keep an eye out? Or what can we do?
So a lot of the reasons why people are trafficked is because they either don't have a home, so homeless, poverty areas, higher crimes. I think really on my personal, from what I've experienced, it has a lot to do with people just not treating people like people. I mean, they treat them like objects. They're like, well, this person wanted it, so it's okay for me to pay for it. And to me, that's not okay. You should never buy a person as if you're buying a piece of meat. I mean, it's a person.
Right. So is there a website or a call to action that we should do to try to do our part to keep human trafficking? I don't think we'll ever cut it all out, but how can we minimize this here, particularly in the United States?
Well, I do think we can at some point cut it out. It's going to take a lot of people taking action and making the correct phone calls. But the best place to go to would be Polaris Project, which houses the National Human Trafficking Hotline number. From there, they have a lot of resources, educational materials that people can actually learn about human trafficking and how to get involved in their state. So obviously I know a lot of the Ohio ones, but not necessarily, any other state.
So the PolarisProject.org, and people can check that out. Are there other resources as well? Should people talk to local police or get involved in your community somehow?
I would say definitely involvement in the community. The biggest push right now is just raising awareness. We all know there's a ton of laws that are in place, so there are some police officers that aren't aware of what we can do to help human trafficking victims, or that it even exists here. So definitely awareness. Try and get involved with the community. Try to teach yourself, your kids, your family members about human trafficking.
Well, and hopefully, all kidding aside, Taken 3 is being shot right now, so hopefully that'll get some attention to the subject as well. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with more with the lovely and talented Elana Koh. She's Miss Ohio U.S. International 2014.
all the stars at Global United Pageant.
I'm Amy Gregorio, Mrs. International 2013, and I challenge you to be the voice for a child who needs someone to speak up for their rights. I'm a CASA, a court-appointed special advocate for abused and neglected children who desperately need all of us. I urge you to take your time, do some research, find us at casaforchildren.org, and step up and stand up for these children.
Hey everybody, this is Tracy Philippi, Ms. North Star State Global United. Please join us with the Global United Pageants.
Hi, I'm Emily Lewis, Utah's Super Mrs., and you're watching the PageantCast.
We're back. We're back with the charming Elana Koh. She's Miss Ohio U.S. International and is so full of energy over there in Ohio. Now, let's talk a little bit about the pageant. We're going back to the pageant here. You went to nationals. Where was that held this year?
So that was held in Orlando, Florida this year at the end of June.
Now, did you get to do some of the touristy things and hang out?
Of course. I actually came in a day early, and me and Miss East Coast and Miss Oklahoma decided to go to Disney World. So first time being there since I was probably like 5 or 6.
Okay. Now,
I rode my first roller coaster there. I know, right?
Are you kidding me? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna calm down. I've been on over 100. It's one of my passions.
Oh my goodness.
I have a lot of passions. Don't worry about it. But okay, I have to think. Okay, you went on your first roller coaster. First, tell me which park you went to.
It was, oh goodness, I don't know the parks very well, but it's the one with all the animals, the Lion King show.
Okay, the Animal Kingdom.
Animal
your
Kingdom.
first roller coaster then was Everest.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
was the snow monster at least moving around, or they just have the strobe light on him?
Just the strobe light.
Yeah, they haven't got him working in quite a while. Now, are you going to go on more roller coasters? You're in Ohio. You're like you're walking distance from Cedar Point, for goodness sakes.
Probably not.
No?
No. So we went on the space one.
Space Mountain.
It's like really close, and you're sitting and you're driving the space shuttle.
Oh, okay. That's the ride Space in Epcot.
Yes.
I'm such a
I had
nerd.
to lay down in the grass because I thought I was going to vomit. I was like, never again. I'm not getting on any roller coaster, any ride anymore. So
that one is extreme. I'll admit that one is extreme. That is a difficult one to go on. But well, you were very brave. Congratulations. Glad to hear it. Okay, so when you weren't going around in these theme parks with. And you're going around with 2 other beautiful women, so you're getting all sorts of attention as you're going around. Now you go back to the hotel. Was it held at a hotel, I'm guessing?
Yes, it was held at one of the resort hotels.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the competition itself. First of all, what's your favorite phase of competition?
I don't know what my favorite. I'm always between swim and evening gown.
Okay.
I take pride in the fact that I have a pretty good body for a swimsuit. It's pretty fit. I have a very dancer body, which I've worked on for many, many years. And then evening gown, I love being elegant and being to just show grace on stage and, everything that goes with the evening wear. I'm going to say it's a tie.
Okay. Now, the competition itself, is it a weighted thing? Like it's 20% for this and 30% for that? What are all the phases of competition? Do you recall?
So for prelim night, it's split in half, 50-50. So you have swimsuit and evening wear.
Okay.
And then on finals night, they announce the top 15. And then the top 15 go on to compete in a onstage interview, which is very interesting. And then they recompete in swimsuit and evening wear.
Okay, so there's an on stage. How long does that interview go?
This year they asked 4 questions, and they did not give us a lot, like they didn't give us a time limit on how long our answers could be. So it took quite a while to get through 15 girls, but I liked it because you actually got to see an interview. Most people don't get to see the interview and what, the girls talk about or what their passions are.
Absolutely. That's one of the main things that I hear from people. I like to call them pageant newbies. They're like, well, why did that girl win? And I'm like, you didn't see what a lot of times is one of the most important phases of competition. It was done 2 days ago in a boardroom someplace. And sometimes it's tough to see why some of the young ladies win. That's for certain. So tell me a little bit about were there any activities or things that happened in tandem with it? I'm sure there was plenty of practice and for opening number. Yeah, exactly. What else did you get to do while you were there?
So we did go to a downtown Disney outing. So we all got to eat at Planet Hollywood, which was a ton of fun. Yeah. I actually have a picture. I'm grabbing it. So hold on.
See, she's organized. She's got everything right there. That's the spirit. Okay, hold that up. Let's see here. Okay, very pretty. Jeez, how did anybody get anything done? They all had to be distracted. My goodness. Now, is that the whole group there?
It is not the whole group.
Okay.
That was only half because they couldn't figure out how to fit us all in.
Hold that back up. Hold that back up.
Hold back up.
Yeah, there's room for another row.
That's what I said.
Yeah, Britt needs me. Britt needs me to help put people in the right spot. That's a problem. Britt. Okay. Though we've all seen these too, right? There's the photo of about 10,000 people in one photo, and then all you see are like pumpkin faces one after another. So that's a nice, tasteful photo. So that's good. How many cameras, when you would stand next to another girl, how many cameras were handed to some poor sap just walking by?
Every single girl had a camera, and
right.
then we had random people have cameras. So it was it was a ton.
Yeah, I'm always that poor guy standing there with about 10 cameras in his hands trying to take a picture because everybody's like, get me too, and they stand there and I'm like, oh no. Yep. Oh no, how many more? But that's some of the fun. Did you get along with everybody out there?
Of course. I mean, the girls were great. They were really supportive. I placed in the top 15, and I don't want to say I didn't think I couldn't do it, but I didn't expect it. So I'm standing backstage just like, what am I doing? So I had some of the girls help me get dressed because I was in shock. I didn't know.
Well, that's always good. I always like to have somebody completely shell-shocked going out there. So have you had many appearances this year?
I have. I've done a lot with, again, anti-human trafficking. I've helped a lot with the fundraisers, autograph signings. I've done a lot of kids events. Starting to get more into like the fall parades. Yep,
those are always fun. And actually, we're just about at the end of our interview, and we'll be talking about parades at the end as well. But before I do finish, I have to give you one more chance. Is there anything you want to talk to the viewers of the PageantCast and tell them about your year as Miss Ohio U.S. International?
Well, girls, so far it's been amazing. I definitely suggest that you compete or try to compete in the Miss U.S. International pageant system. It doesn't just stop at United States. You get to move on to international, which hopefully one day I can get to an international stage. I'll probably have one of those moments when I get there. So definitely it's a great system to try. Pageant girls know how to work it, so just make sure you bring your all when you're there.
Great. Good times. So we're at the end of the interview. Something we always do at the end of each interview is I ask to see your best pageant wave. Just like you're in one of those parades, I want to see your pageant wave. And don't worry, this is just like a pageant. I will be grading you. So, let's see your best pageant wave. No pressure. This is only going to be saved forever. Okay. Oh, this is the classic. This is the classic right here. You've got that down. It does look unnatural, so that's perfect. Fantastic, because nobody in real life has ever waved like that, ever. But
well,
what?
I can say I have been told that my pageant wave, because I sometimes wave like this or like this, is not good enough. So I do have to do this in my community, because they said they did teach me to do the pageant wave correctly. So
who is still coaching that nonsense? We need to get them on here. Get them over here. It's just nonsense. It drives me crazy when I hear that. Though I will say, I have talked to young ladies that have done like parade after parade after parade, and they say, yeah, you can't keep doing this business because you're going to have a problem. You're going to get carpal tunnel out there. So it's good that you're saving yourself there. That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much. You are an absolute dream to talk. I could talk to you all night. So I want to thank you very much, and we're going to say Tiara Dreams to our viewers. So Tiara Dreams, Elena.
Tiara Dreams.
PageantCast.